What's good, guys? It's Attack on Samurott, and here is a team builder for you guys for this week of the OBA. So, it's week 11 of the OBA, and our opponent this week is the Kansas City Kingdras, coached by KingdraPlaysGames, who's been here since the very beginning and is pretty much the administrator of the OBA League. So, yeah, so actually after this week, we have about 3 more weeks left until playoffs. So we have week 12, week 13, and week 14, which pretty much after Kingdra, we just battle like the first 3 people that we battled for the first couple weeks. So that means that next week we battle Brad Mew, coach of the Grassy Plain Raikus. Then week 13 we battle, I think it's John Mark. I think we battled John Mark for week 13. Then week 14 we battle John 2. So yeah, so Kingdra is pretty much going to be our final opponent that's not new, I guess, or that is new as of right now. So anyways, this is Kingdra's draft. So he has for his draft he picked for OU he has Mega Slowbro, Victini, and Weavile. For UU, he has Gardevoir, Sableye, and Dragulge. For RU, he has Rotom Cut or Rotom Mow, whichever you prefer, Golbat, and Sock. And for... oh crap, I forgot one. Shoot. I forgot to put it on the thing, but for his NU picks, he has Steelix, Audino, and Archeops. Archeops is actually there, but... well, I forgot to add Archeops, but... anyways, so his draft is pretty good actually. I'd honestly argue that this is probably like the best draft he's had out of the OBA. So he's got really good walls like Mega Slowbro and Audino, who pair very well together. He's also got a lot of special defensive bulk as well with that Dragulge, and with adaptability, making Dragulge a very hard hitter and a very tanky mon as well. He's got an Eviolite user in a Golbat, which can be kind of annoying, especially with having moves like Super Fang, Defog, stuff like that. Then he's got one of the best wall breakers in the game, being Victini, which just wrecks a lot of things, especially if it's Choice Banded or anything like that. Weavile, very fast mon, gets access to a lot of things. Sword Stance, gets a lot of I think it's Hone Claws as well. Gets a lot of really good offensive moves like Icicle Crash, Ice Punch, Knockoff, Pursuit. I think it's Pursuit. Ice Shard, so it has a lot of stuff it can play with. So Weavile is definitely a threat. Gardevoir is kind of a threat as well, since it has the ability Trace, which means it can copy other abilities. It's also a pretty good special attacker as well. Kind of slow though, being at base 80, so its speed ties with a couple mons on my team, being Braviary and Blazaking. Then Sableye is a pretty annoying Pokemon, since it has access to a Prankster, which lets it have priority over status moves and support moves and such. So Sableye is definitely annoying to deal with. I'm just really glad he didn't have like Mega Sableye. If he had Mega Sableye, then that would just be even more of a problem. But thankfully, no one picked it this season, which I'm very happy about, or which I was very happy about. He's got Sock, a really good physical attacker as well. I think it's like base 125 or something like that, so its attack is very good. Has pretty good speed as well, like base 85. So it's a decently fast mon with a lot of with some very good offense. It also has some pretty good abilities as well. Gets sturdy. I think it's Iron Fist. I think it gets Iron Fist. I know it gets Mold Breaker as well, so it can break through abilities and such, like go for an Earthquake on a Levitating mon, like my Gengar, for example. So that could be something I have to worry about. So yeah, that pretty much covers the gist of his team. So yeah, I know I skipped a couple mons, but basically, you know, their roles are just kind of standard. So yeah, so anyways, for this week, I am bringing Outage, the Mega Manetric, Harmony, the Whimsicott, 10-piece the Blazaking, Nappy, the Gengar, Puma, the Suicune, and the Rock, the Agron. So yeah, so let's get into it. So I decided to bring Mega Manetric this week because he only has like one resistance to Mega Manetric, being Steelix, while everything else either takes neutral or takes super effective damage from it. So that's pretty much why I wanted to bring it. So this is kind of a standard set. This is actually somewhat similar to the set I used a couple weeks ago, since it has electric terrain on it. So basically the same plan that I had then when I had electric terrain. Set up the electric terrain and just go wild. That's basically it. That's basically it for Manetric. Like, I felt like, you know, HPS wasn't really going to be that good because he's got a lot of tanky mons on his team that could just take that, and it's a weak move in general. So I mean, well, it's a semi-weak move, but I just didn't really see HPS doing the thing for me this week. So that's why I didn't have it. So yeah, so again, just gonna be Volt Switch, Thunderbolt, Overheat, and Electric Terrain. I want to try and set up an Electric Terrain once his immunity is gone. So once Steelix is gone, I can pretty much set up that Electric Terrain and just go crazy. So yeah, since Electric Terrain does boost Manetric's special attack, I mean, it boosts Electric type moves under it. So yeah. Now we're going to move on to Harmony, the Whimsicott, for this week. So I'm running Harmony as a offensive support kind of thing. It's mainly offensive though. Timid nature, with max HP, max special attack, foreign defense, and no speed investment. Because, you know, I felt like Timid was better. I mean, Timid is a better nature for it to have, but I just felt like it didn't need like the speed investment for it. So I know, very weird, definitely very weird, but I just didn't put any speed investment into it. So basically its role for this week: taunt mons that want to set up, so like taunt Steelix or Archeops. If I can get a taunt on those mons, then that'll be really good, because he only has a couple mons that can actually set up hazards, which are Dragold, Steelix, and Archeops. So if I can taunt that, then I don't have to worry about hazards. And yeah, then we got Grass Knot, which how it works, it basically like does the most damage to monster heavier than Whimsicott. So a Grass Knot on a Slowbro is going to do a huge amount to it, would most likely take it out actually, depending on its investment. Will do a lot to Steelix. Any like heavy mon is just gonna take a huge amount of damage from it, except for Dragold. Dragold's resisted by like +4 or whatever. So it's not really gonna be that great on it. Then we got Moonblast, which is just another coverage move for more of his mons like Weavile and Sock. So that's basically it. And then Knock Off to get rid of items on any mon that's slower than a Whimsicott, or any mon that's faster and Whimsicott can live. So yeah, so that's pretty much it for Whimsicott. Just gonna be there to, again, force things out with taunt and just get a lot of damage on stuff and knock off items. That's basically it. Now we're gonna move on to 10-piece the Blazaking. So 10-piece is going to be choice band this week with a Jolly nature. I was actually like really debating on how I wanted to run Blazaking this week, because I was fearing a couple mons on his team. Well, mainly just one mon on his team that can speed tie with Gardevoir. I mean, that can speed tie with Blazaking, which is Gardevoir. So again, those two share the same base speed. So I was actually thinking about going Choice Scarf first, but then I thought, oh no, Gardevoir's going to be Choice Scarf too, and will just be at the same speed as Blazaking. So it's basically why I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to have a speed tie with that Gardevoir. So I just felt like, you know, use another Choice Scarf user or something like that. So it's going to be Bandit this week. I'm running Knockoff, Thunder Punch, Flare Blitz, and Earthquake. Knockoff, again, get rid of items, and since it's going to be Choice Banded, it's going to do a lot more than what Harmony can do with Knockoff. Then Thunder Punch, just another check to Mega Slowbro, Golbat, and also the Archeops. Then we got Flare Blitz, stat move. Does a huge amount to a lot of mons on his team, especially since he only has 2 resistances to fire, actually, which is Mega Bro and Dragulge. And I guess you could say Archeops, but Archeops is pretty frail, so I technically don't count that as, you know, a resistance, but it's frail, so it'll probably go down to a Flare Blitz. Or it'll just do like a huge amount to it. And then Earthquake, again, just another check to it's a check to Dragulge and also to the Steelix. So yeah, so that's pretty much it for Blazaking. Oh yeah, you know what? I actually didn't explain the investment into special defense. So that investment into special defense is to guarantee that Blazaking can at least live a hit from Mega Bro or Rotom. I actually didn't check Gardevoir, so I don't know if it could actually live a hit from it, but I'm pretty sure it wouldn't live a hit from it. But yeah, that's pretty much why I gave it that special defense investment, just to take some hits from his special attacker, since again most of his draft is special. So yeah, now we're gonna move on to Nappy the Gengar for this week. So I'm gonna run Nappy as a Choice Scarf user, which is pretty weird. definitely weird to run, since Gengar is already fast enough. But I wanted to make sure that Gengar can actually, you know, I just wanted to make sure that it can outspeed his mons like Gardevoir and stuff if he does run a Choice Scarf. That was another reason why I wanted to run Choice Scarf, just in case he ran a Choice Scarf Gardevoir, because I'm actually very scared of Gardevoir. Gardevoir does a lot to my draft. Since I don't really have like a great psychic resistance, since, you know, I got rid of Klefki and such. But then I brought Agron back. I'll talk about Agron soon. But basically Gardevoir is the main mon that, well, Gardevoir and Slowbro are the main mons that I have to worry about, because they're psychic types, and psychic types do a lot to my draft. So anyways, let's talk about its moveset. So its moveset is going to be Shadow Ball, Dazzling Gleam, Icy Wind, and Destiny Bond. So Shadow Ball, stat move, does a lot to, again, Mega Bro and Gardevoir, and since I'm faster than them, I can outspeed them and stuff, especially the Choice Scarf Gardevoir. Then Dazzling Gleam, that's a check to Sock and Weavile, just in case they want to come in on a switch in. Then Icy Wind is a check to it's a check to Rotom, and also dang it, and also Golbat and Archeops, just in case you want to come in on a switch in, and it's gonna do a lot to them anyway. And then Destiny Bond is just in case. This is literally just in case Archeops, if he runs a Choice Scarf, outspeeds me, because Archeops actually shares the same speed as Gengar. So if he runs that thing Choice Scarf, then it's kind of like actually no, this is more like our last resort kind of move, just in case. Just because of priority on some mons that he has, like Weavile. So that's basically why I have the Destiny Bond on this, just to get that last ditch sacrifice. So that's pretty much it. Now we're gonna move on to Puma, the Suicune for this week. So I wanted to run Puma as a defensive wall because, like I said before, he does have some really good physical attackers and such. So this is basically my answer to the Victini, just in case he runs it physically offensive. So the moveset is going to be Toxic, Substitute, Scald, and Roar. Toxic is mainly for the stall mons on his team, like Mega Bro and Audino. So if I can get those Toxic, then I don't Sorry about that. The recording I cut off earlier. So basically, I was talking about Suicune, Puma the Suicune, and how defensive it is against like some of his physical attackers, especially the Victini if he does run it physically offensive. So basically, again, this is a physically offensive set. So its moveset is Toxic, Substitute, Scald, and Roar. Toxic is mainly for like the mons on his team that are like really tanky, so like Mega Slowbro or the Audino. Mainly for those two though. Since he does have 2 resistances to he has 2 resistances and an immunity, so that's something I have to worry about. Then Substitute is really good for setting up on a mon, like for setting up on a mon that can't really touch Mega I almost said Mega Suicune. They can't really touch Suicune like Victini or even Sock, or even Mega Slowbro. It's actually really good against that. And then Scald. Scald is probably one of the best water type moves in the game, and has a pretty good chance of burning stuff. So yeah, and then we have Roar, which is paired with Substitute very good, because then that forces out well, one, it also racks up Stealth Rock damage, and it racks up hazard damage, and 2, it forces mons that want to set up like Mega Slowbro, since Mega Slowbro is known for setting up Calm Minds. So if I could force that thing out with a Roar, then that would be really, really good for me, and that just chips it away with Stealth Rock damage and such. So yeah, so that's basically it for Suicune. Now we're gonna move on to the Rock Johnson. No, I'm kidding. The Rock Agron. So Agron is going to be ran as a specially defensive-ish wall. So this moveset is Stealth Rock, Iron Head, Dragon Tail, and Earthquake. Stealth Rock is really good against this draft because he has 4 things that are weak to it, and he has a couple mons on his team that have Sturdy, which basically is like a Focus Sash. So having Stealth Rock breaks that, and that's very good. So yeah, then Iron Head, that's mainly a check to Gardevoir, and it's also a very good move for flinching stuff. It's also a check to Weavile as well, for flinching stuff, and just does a huge amount of damage as well. The Dragon Tail, that's mainly for phasing things out, just like Roar. So, except that Dragon Tail actually does damage. So Dragon Tail plus Stealth Rock is really gonna hurt him. So I'm gonna try and do that on mons that can't really touch Agron, like Crobat. I almost said Crobat, like Golbat, or again Gardevoir, or anything else. And then Earthquake, that is mainly a check to Dragulge. So yeah, that's basically it. Like this set is mainly for Dragulge, because Dragulge, like I mentioned before, like I mentioned earlier, is a wall breaker. It's just like a Victini wall breaker with that adaptability, so it's going to pack a huge punch from like a Draco Meteor, or a Dragon Pulse, or a Sludge Wave, or a Focus Blast. Well, not Focus Blast, it's not Stab. But Draco Meteor is going to do a huge amount, so that's basically why I made this special defensive, just for that Dragulge. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So this is the team for this week. Now my prediction on who he's going to bring. He's definitely going to bring Gardevoir, because again, Psychic really messes up with my team, so he's probably going to bring both Slowbro and Gardevoir, so that's something I have to look out for. Probably Victini as well. I don't really have the greatest fire type resistance, or the greatest answer to fire types, only being against Suicune and I guess Dragonite. So those are 3 mons that he can potentially bring, or that I'm pretty certain that he is going to bring. So Mega Bro, Victini, Gardevoir. I'm gonna say Dragulge, So I'm gonna say Dragolge is coming. And so Slowbro, Victini, Gardevoir, Dragolge. I don't think he's gonna bring Steelix. Just because I have a couple answers to that, so I doubt he'll bring it. He's welcome too, but it's just gonna get destroyed, so I don't think he'll bring Steelix this week. I think he's gonna bring Rotom actually. Actually, that's too many special attackers. I don't think he'd do it. I don't think he'd do that, but I think he's gonna bring Archeops though. Archeops is pretty good mon and pretty fast as well with Stealth Rocks and such. And very good offenses. So, and very good offenses on both physical and specials. So, there's a chance he may bring that. I don't really have much of an answer to it besides, again, Mega Manetric and my Choice Scarf Gengar. So there's a chance that he may bring that. So I'm actually gonna say that. I think he's gonna bring Mega Bro, Victini, Gardevoir, Dragolge, Archeops, and the last mon that he can bring, he's probably gonna bring a wall. And well, I mean, he already has a wall, but he can bring another wall. So my guess for actually, no, I think he'd probably go more offensive. He'd probably bring Weavile. So because again, I have a couple answers to it. But again, Ice is a very offensive typing. I don't really have much of an answer. Well, again, I do technically. If I got Blazaking and Hitmontop and stuff. So that's kind of. See, I think he might bring Weavile, but I don't think so. Yeah, you know, I don't think he's gonna bring it. I doubt it. I doubt Weavile's coming. So. Oh, but he's gonna bring an immunity to Ghost. He's gonna bring Audino. So that's my guess. So he's gonna bring. My guess for this week is Mega Slowbro, Victini, Gardevoir, Dragolge, Audino, and Archeops. So that's who I think he's gonna bring this week. So before I end the video, I just want to say thank you guys. We finally made it over to 50 subs. So I'm pretty excited about that. I don't know if I'm gonna do anything about it though, like I don't know, like some kind of video or something. I don't know yet. But I just want to say again before we end this video, thank you for 50 subs. It's really cool because honestly, I didn't like when I first started doing this. I never thought I'd make it to 50 views. I mean, through 50 subs. So. Again, thank you guys. Like, it actually, you know, kind of encourages me that, hey, people are actually watching my videos. Maybe I should do more of this. So, yeah, I'll definitely be, you know, cranking out the videos and stuff. Cranking out the videos and stuff. So, again, thank you. It really means a lot. So, I will see you guys when the battle happens, because the battle's supposed to happen pretty soon. So, yeah, again, yeah. I will see you guys when the battle happens, and take care.